Nizi Project Season 2 Part 1 Episode 2. So this is for the boys again. This is for the next group, and it's pretty good. I mean, like the first episode was quite interesting. This one I'm gonna try and cut a little more like cleanly in the middle of it, versus having one really long episode and then one that's like half a song. I'm gonna try to aim for like about the 25-minute mark, somewhere around there. So it might end up being like in the middle of an audition, because the way these things are cut is like the middle of the episode is right in the middle of an audition, so you know it doesn't go too like evenly as far as how many there are and stuff. So but let's check out episode 2 and see what happens. Should be more auditions, because there was only, well, there were 3, and then there was the trainees, a couple of trainees. So
お久しぶりです。I'm back. ニジプロジェクトシーズン2始めます。情熱が特に感じられます。その自信が君を合格させます。君が好き。メインボーカルになる可能性が高いです。君のスター性に気づきました。
someone mentioned that in the comments that Tomoya is like the I guess the guy version of Taeyeon, and now I can't unsee it. You know what I mean? Like it just it works. I don't know. It's just there is that it's a really personality wise. They have some similarities. Of course, Taeyeon's very cool. You know, she's like way cooler.
呼んでください。始めましょ
う。失礼します。失礼します。
はい、入ってください。入って嬉しい？
入って嬉しいです。
自己紹介してください。
はい、西山優希、中学3年生の14歳です。よろしくお願いします。
どうしてこのオーディションに参加しましたか？
このオーディションはその僕の個性をより出してくれるものかなと思って応募しました。
여기 JYP에게 하고 싶은 말이 키는 작지만 누구보다 크게 춤추겠습니다 라고 돼 있어요.
いや、自分は男子の中ではかなり小さい方です。もう背の順で並んでたら一番前でこれ釣りして。
Hey, that's all right, man. Don't worry. The little end carries a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry. That was me too growing up. You know. And yeah, don't. The little guy with the big bag is he's got some heart. You know, like he'll carry that. And won't make any excuses about it, you know.
自分は小さい頃からダンス習ってて、そのダンスのイベントとかでステージに立たせていただいた時、やっぱ楽しいなって感じるから、もっとたくさんの人に見てもらいたいし、もっと大きいステージでパフォーマンスしたいなって思うからです。
Interesting. He's kind of Sigma, you know, like he's kind of like like his motivations are actually pretty concise. Like, you know, he's not like, you know, fantastical about it or whatever. He's like, no, I want to be on the big stage. I just want to do it, right? I just want to go out there and put on a show. That's it, you know. And maybe he said bring out a bit more of his character. So he's kind of looking for some sort of, you know, process of initiation into something, right? He's expecting the pressures to, but the challenge to maybe deepen his character a little bit, you know.
おすすめの発声方法とかあります？発声練習。声が全然長くて。
自分はその発声っていうより音程とか関係なしにとにかく声がします。あ、そしたら自然と音程が出るようになるから。こんなこと言ってるのかな。
Hey, this kid is switched on, man.
好きだったからその音楽とかダンスがその遊び心っていうのが自分に合ってるなってとても感じたので、自分ってステージに立つのが楽しいんだなっていうのを出せるところを見ていただきたいです。
It's like it's an interesting take, right? How do I improve my vocals? He says, "Oh, just sing and don't really worry about that." I mean, it's sort of that Zen philosophy. You know what I mean? Like don't be too mindful, right? Like just don't worry about it. Like just sort of become a part of the action or the movement and kind of grow with it, which works for some people, but doesn't work for everybody. You know what I mean? If it does, great. That's awesome. But some people need a technically well articulated sort of concept. You know, that's nitty gritty stuff. You know that you kind of get to later. But it's an interesting take by this kid.
僕は実力より可能性を見ているので気楽にやってください。
はい、お願いします。
See, it jives really well with that, right? It's interesting because I notice about as I'm watching like all these series, right? Like all these JYP audition series, from A2K to Nizi Project, both season 1 and 2, and then I've also, you know, enjoyed 16. This idea that it's not about like sort of technical mastery or something like that. JYP is looking to catch this process, like you know, that's why it's never about like, I don't expect you to be like perfect professional. He's got people who are on that level that are going to almost like transplant that knowledge or whatever. He's looking for a certain age range and a certain potential, because that's when they're most receptive of that, you know. There's a certain point in life, in early life, when it's like, if you start getting into things, like you'll just absorb it, you know. This is why they always say, you know, teach your kids music and stuff when they're kids, when they're little, like as early as possible, because they'll get into this sort of mindset, like, I don't really think about it, I just kind of do it, you know. But there's something to that. So let's see.
Here, sir. Welcome to our house. 코코아부터 매야 수입. Welcome to our house. 코코아부터 매야 수입. 메뉴가 나올라. 나니 우타는 데만 장난이. 나니 보이스 가리 너 우또 가라 하지. 가라 하지. 마카스 하지 마지. Cookie or sauce, I mix them all up. I just still lick it.
I have no idea what JYP is gonna say. You know, I dig the kid's energy. He's being pretty genuine. I don't like, just like he says, I don't worry about like the specific stuff. I just kind of do it. I can see it in his performance. I've only seen his choreography like a few times, mostly on this show, right? It seems like some of the movements he kind of sort of improvised a little bit, like he kind of altered something, like it's little things, which it's that his take on it of like, just I don't worry about it being precise, or I don't think about the little individual steps. I just do it. I just know I have to move this way, and I know I have to move that way, and that, you know what I mean. He's got like a good, he does make himself bigger with his movements, you know what I mean, like his movements are big. I think some of his footwork could have been a little bit more precise, honestly, when it comes to God's Menu. And you know, I'm just trying to keep it 100 when I say this, but I think Lexus on A2K has done it like way better than the auditions here. Now, of course, she practiced it, like, you know, it was sort of at a certain stage or whatever. She made it through, in other words, like the first round like this, and then it was like, okay, she really sort of dialed in for the proper sort of dance eval that came after that, the next phase. But it's like, it was just so much, everything about it was like proper, done right, and expressive in the right ways and all of that. And I've watched like, I don't know, maybe 4 versions, like, you know, 4 different auditions with this particular song and choreography with it now on this show. And like I said, I get that they're young, and it's the beginning steps and all of that. They probably don't have the actual training background that Lexus had, but she kind of nailed it. I'm just saying, I'm just you know, gonna be real about that.
芸術ということは、ある人の見えないところを見えるようにすることです。
はい。
でもほとんど参加者を見るとき、その見えないところ、性格、キャラクターが見えないです。ユキ君は歌うとき、踊るときに自分のキャラクターがそのまま現れています。
ありがとうございます。
Yep.
그게 어떻게 안 보이는 부분을 볼 수 있는 거냐면, 어떤 노래나 춤이 이 유키라는 사람의 영혼을 거쳐가면서 미묘한 변화가 일어나서 그 변화 때문에 알 수 있는 거거든, 이 안 보이는 부분을. 근데 스키즈 안무를 춰도 스키즈 같지가 않고 또 자기만의 어떤 개성이 실리면서 변화가 일어나는데, 그 미묘한 변화들이 난 그게 너무 신기한 거야.
Yeah, yeah. It was. See, that's different.
뭐 목소리 실력 이런 걸 떠나서 이 나이 참가자 중에 그런 미묘한 변화가 일어나는 참가자는
See,
찾기 어렵거든.
that's what it is.
ありがとうございます。
It's the timing. It's all in the timing
댄스와
because they can
새가
grow
小さすぎ
into.
ですけど動きは本当に
See, yeah,
大きく見え
and
ま
they
す。
can grow into what it needs to be.
そこにダ
And it
ン
will
ス
be
のライ
unique.
ンも本当に綺麗です。
ありがとうございます。
年も幼くて本当に不思議ですね。이게 자신감이 있어야 저렇게 되거든. 자신감이 있어야 되는데 뭔가 너무 건강하게 잘 큰 느낌이야.
Yeah,
열정은 있는데 걱정은 없는 느낌? 今まで見た参加者の中で最高だと思います。
yeah. Not JYP trainees. You know what I mean? Like these bros that came to do it this way. I could tell, you know, when they showed
ありがとうございま
that,
す。
you know, he's like this little kid with the big bag.
お疲れ様でした。
The way that he was looking around, like this, like he's just taking everything in. Like he's not counting it. He's not like measuring stuff, but he's like, his awareness is expansive right now, and it's without thinking. He's not trying to do it. He's just in that mode right now, and he's gonna be there for a while.
ありがとうございます。お疲れ様でした。ありがとうございました。
東京で会いましょう。
はい、失礼します。ありがとうございました。
Probably a lot. That's what I would think.
次のステージがもう見たいです。
Yeah, yeah, for real.
素晴らしいね。優れた人材。
君の声聞かせてほしいよ他に何もいらない
アイドルになる素質も見えなくて実力も足りなさすぎるから残念ですけど選べません。お疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございました
Wow, his speaking voice was really different.
ダンスは動き一つ一つは正確ですけど歌もダンスが全部魅力的じゃないです。ひとまず保留します。保留します。
On hold.
お疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございました
Those are the strange ones, right? I don't know if
お疲れ
that,
様で
because in Nizi Project there was a couple of times when he was like, on the first season, I mean, there was a couple of times when, a couple of girls when he was like, I'll think about you. I'll put you in a like a, you know, this category over here. I'm not gonna give you a pass right now, but I'll see how things go. And so basically, like if no one better shows up, I'm gonna, you know, call you back in or something like that. I don't know if that's exactly what that meant or not, but
した。
scale training. Man, he's really
実
projecting
は
there.
全ての人が特別です。だから自分の特別なところを自分だけのスタイルで表現できる人が高い評価を受けます。始めましょう。読んでもらえますか？
And then the thing is, when JYP says things like that, I can't help but think about the the groups that you know we already know, like Stray Kids and Day 6 and it's Twice and Itzy. Like you listen to the way that he's describing these things, and then you think about those groups, and you know what I mean. Like that's, if it's ambiguous or whatever, just think about, watch that again, like see what they do, and it's like, okay, that's what he means, because it makes sense, like once you reestablish that connection.
失礼します。
入ってください。
渡翔慶です。高校1年生の15歳です。得意なことは格闘技とダンスです。空手は3歳の頃からお父さんの影響で空手を始めることになって、今もずっと続けてます。
九州の方の全九州大会っていうのがあるんですけど、そこで2年優勝させてもらいました。
Taekwondo champion.
幼稚園の時に、お母さんが入れてくれて、
いろんな映画のオーディションを受けたりだったりとか、レッスンを受けたりとかだったりしてました。
Acting. Oh, musical. Oh.
어떻게 가수가 되고 싶다는 꿈을 갖게 됐어요?
自分で挑戦することがしたかったので、アイドルになって自分の思いとか気持ちとか伝えたいことを多くの人に受け取ってもらえればいいかなと思います。
意味が違うわ。顔笑顔
ダンスを振り付け自分でするのに、三次審査まで絶対っていうこのもう3曲分を考えるって言っていて、一つ一つつけてたんで、多分気合がすごい入ってたんだろうなと思います。
自分自身でその曲に合うように振り付けを作ってきたので、その振り付けをうまく感情に乗せてベストなパフォーマンスとして出せるように、頑張りたいと思いました。
It's interesting, because like martial arts is like, well, this is what Bruce Lee said about it, that a long time ago, that it is a form of expression, and when it comes to martial arts, what you're expressing is your strength, and that's both like actual physical strength, but also the strength of your mind and your will. And to have grown up kind of getting into that or tapping into it and learning about it, and then also picking up with something like a musical theater or however, so there's a pretty healthy sense of like awareness in terms of your physical body, and then also trying to express ideas or emotions, and you kind of so in other words, through the martial arts, you start with just one idea, well, a few, right? Strength, speed, flexibility, things like that, but then going into something that is more of a performance art, then you can start to add emotions and maybe some other sort of abstract concepts, into that, using your body to kind of express it.
歌はどんな曲を準備しましたか？
君の声っていうのを用意しました。
聞かせてもらいます。
はい。
You got the glasses version of JYP. Just gonna see everything. It's a good texture. The tone was really good right from the start. Like there's plenty of air, there's plenty of breath behind it. It's a good texture. This is an innate thing. This is just the timbre of his own personal, voice, like his sound. I think his rhythm could be sharpened up in a couple of places there, like moving into the chorus section and all of that. But he knows when to do it. He just needs to be sort of guided into okay, tighten this up here, and it'll be a lot smoother. But it's not a bad voice, for sure.
ではどんなダンスを準備しましたか
2PN さんのマイハウスです。
自分が振り付けを作りましたか？
そうです。
Interesting.
楽しみです。
お願いします。
はい。
His pose. Okay. Just gonna get into character here.
Hey girl, take you home tonight. Take you home tonight. Take you home tonight. Oh yeah. Ooh. 気のないふりするのは反対の心境違うかい Baby 開けすけ胸の中バレな Yes 見つめ合ってそうらして慣れない駆け引きに汗 Okay Oh yeah I wanna take her to my house It's alright Hey I need to call ya It's alright この恋は secret 10分後待ち合わせ喧騒を抜けたそうぜ It's alright Hey I need to call ya
This kid's got his frame. He's got a super long torso, and it was interesting because there are certain, that the little sort of post-chorus part there. There are certain movements where he's figured out how to use that. To his advantage in an expressive way, and I think his footwork was really good actually, and not terrible ideas. You know what I mean? Like I said, the understanding of and sort of his physical presence and how to move his body in certain ways, paired with like a more artistic side of expression, and it was pretty good actually, man. Like I think it was pretty good.
歌は悪すぎです。
Oh.
歌は悪すぎです。その理由は発声ができてないからです。発声をしっかり習ったことがありますか？
Probably not.
しっかりとはないです。
発声をしっかり習ったらすぐ伸びる可能性が高いと思います。ダンスはとっても良かったです。
Yeah.
ありがとうございます。
力が強くてスピードが速くてダンスのラインまでも綺麗だから本当に良かったです。でも一番何よりもいいことは歌う時も踊る時も自分自身の姿を維持しながらしたから本当に良かったです。
Yeah, well, those were his ideas.
まるでその曲、その歌詞の内容が実際に自分に起こった実験のように歌って踊っています。本当に自然です。そのところが僕が一番大切に思うところです。問題がありますね。
はい。
今他のオーディションにも応募したと書いてますね。
はい。
両方とも告白したらどっちを選びますか？
This one. Just.
다른 회사와는 다를 수도 있는데요. 우리 회사는 단순히 비즈니스 관계로 모인 사람들이 아니에요. 직원들도 가수들도 우리가 이렇게 추구하는 가치들이 있어서 그 가치가 좋아서 꼭 우리 회사에서 함께 하고 싶은 사람들만 함께 일하지 그 가치를 추구하지 않는 사람한테 재능이 있다는 이유만으로 우리 회사에서 같이 하자고 말할 수가 없어요. 그래서 쇼케이 군도 정확하게 우리 회사랑 하고 싶은 게 아니라 오디션을 붙여놓고 이 회사인지 다른 회사인지 고민하겠다고 하면 우리로서는 뽑을 수가 없어요.
そうですね。JYP さんと何かを作っていく、それはもうぜひ僕もしたいですし、参加させてもらいたい。それはあります。
그러면 제가 만약에 뽑으면 다른 오디션에 붙어도 여기서 열심히 할 거예요.
はい、それはできてます。
おめでとうございます。切ってください。おめでとうございます。切ってください。頑張ってください。
Honestly, like, I mean, I get it. I get what I get what JYP is saying. You know what I mean? Of course, they have their actual sort of itemized core values, you know, and those have always been stressed from the company's end and from his perspective. I first heard them watching the 16 series, you know, towards the end of that, as it was getting kind of closer to actually picking the group. That's when it was like, okay, look, this is what we believe in, or this is kind of how we do things. This is what guides what we do, and it's the most important thing. And it was interesting, right? It was interesting that that he kind of brought that to the surface. It, you know, sort of put him on the spot, but let's just, you know, like just being real. If you're at any job interview and they ask, like, you know, do you really want to work with us? Because, you know, I mean, you can't say no. You know what I mean? Like, who's gonna say no? That's just not. It doesn't matter what you do, whatever your job you're trying to get. You know what I mean? Like, if they go, you really want to work with us? You go, I don't care. I mean, no, you gotta say yes, right?
東京で会いましょう。お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。ありがとうございます。
But I think he's a good kid.
本当に可愛い。僕の事務所を選んで本当に良かったですね。
That means JYP really likes that kid, you know, like he wants him to be, because again, it's what he's looking for, right? What is that? I was watching, this was like years ago. I think it was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was talking to David Lee Roth. He was the singer of the band Van Halen back in like the 80s and stuff. And David Lee Roth moved to Japan some time ago, but he got into the culture and everything. And there's this idea that he talked about, I believe it was called wabu-sabe. My pronunciation of that is probably terrible, but the idea is that it's like perfect imperfection, right? It's like it's there's the little things that are a little bit off or a little bit strange perhaps, but that gives that is the articulation of a unique character. And if it can be fostered and you know, nurtured, kind of encouraged, then you can create something that is really, really original. I guess they're gonna have more trainees.
Hi. こんにちは。僕はシュワッとした爽やかな笑顔を持っている JYP 練習生7ヶ月15歳の川島セイタです。僕は7年間モデルの仕事をやってきて、いろんな感情の表現力を身につけることができました。まだ足りない部分もありますが、今までの経験を生かし、誰よりも努力し成長する姿をお見せしたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。
モデルの経験がどうやって役に立っていると思いますか？
自分のモデルの経験はいろんなかっこいいコンセプト、かわいいコンセプト、明るいコンセプトなどいろんな種類があったんですけれども、その時に自分はこのコンセプトになったらこういう表情、こういう表現をしようっていうのを考えて、それが歌やダンスにも生かされていると思っています。
It can. It definitely can.
僕がストレイキッズさんというアーティストの曲を聴くと、自分がたくさんの元気や夢をもらって、自分も夢や元気を与えられるようなアーティストになりたいと思い、モデルからアーティストになりたいっていうのに変わりました。
지금까지 가장 힘들었던 때가 언제예요?
僕が初めて韓国に来てからで、僕は本当に右も左もわからないような状態で、その時は本当に足りなくて。
Yeah. Once you realize that, how far you have to go.
周りの練習生との大きな差を感じてしまったことはあります。
Yeah, yeah.
うまく自分の出したいものが出せなかったりなどした時、自分がどうしたらいいか分かんなくて、その時が一番大変でした。 パークさんの目の前で披露するってことだったので、自分の夢を叶えられる第一歩だと思って、自分の姿、成長している姿を見せたいです。
ダンスを見せてもらえますか？
はい。
Okay, so since this is pretty much like the halfway point, what I'm going to do is cut here and then come back, right, to check out the rest of Seita's audition here. But it's interesting. He can definitely draw on some of that modeling experience, and he kind of has like the handsome Squidward thing going on too, a little bit, you know. So he can use that to his advantage as well. What else? Oh, and then also, I know the feeling when you're in a room of people and it seems like they're just like, you know, way beyond your level. You know, you're like a little level 1 character, and it feels like everyone else is walking around in their tier 3 end game sets and all of that, and it's yeah, you have this feeling of like, what am I doing here, man? Like, I came all the way over here, but like, I don't know. But you know, you just gotta go for it. You're gonna find out. You're gonna see if you can actually learn and keep up and develop and all that. But okay. I'm gonna cut here, and then when I come back, we'll pick up with this audition, and then just do the second half.